I'm Dr. Adimola Oyinlola from College of Technology.
I'm Dr. Adeyemi Olureti. I'm the Director, Center for Entrepreneurship Development, the College of Education.
I'm Professor Matthew Alidejayeni, the Director, Entrepreneurship Studies Center at the State University, Adikiti.
My name is Obayomi Augustine. I'm from University of Ibadan, School of Business.
My name is Ben Atano from State Polytechnic, Lokoja.
My name is Ibrahim Garba. I'm the Director, Entrepreneurship Development Center, Niger State Polytechnic in Niger State.
My name is Ima Jimo. I'm a Nigerian.
I am Ayotola Remo, and I teach at UI. Thank God for the outcome of the program. We have organized the program for the benefit of the masses, the participants.
The workshop has been a wonderful experience. Since I've been here since Tuesday when the program started, we have had series of sessions with seriousness, and all the sessions have been very rewarding and wonderful. I've gained a lot, which I would love to translate when I get back to my institution, University of Ibadan.
Basically, the conference has just been talking about entrepreneurship in a new light. It has been opening our eyes to different opportunities we have, and also the facilitators have been able to expose the participants more to the opportunities that entrepreneurship has for us. Different things entrepreneurship entails. It's not just about starting up a business, but how to effectively run the business that would outlive the owner of the business.
Actually, this is a very good workshop, and that is what we have been expecting and campaigning for. You know, the issue of producing graduates on a yearly basis without getting a job, we're having an idea whereby our Nigerian graduates, most especially undergraduates, should inculcate the habit of having what it takes to be an entrepreneur. I mean, we are talking about a job creator. Instead of laying emphasis on government to provide job for them, they should have the idea of thinking of what to do right away from the school.
This is the trainers workshop, and it's been enlightening. It's been a good workshop. The organizers, they really tried, but I know there's room for improvement, and I've gained a lot, particularly about training our students and allowing them to have that mindset, irrespective of the profession they find themselves. They should have that mindset that wherever they are, they can do something different and they can make a unique contribution to the society at large.
Moving forward, my own suggestions would be that all that we have learned today, as the value that have been added, we should go back and then implement some of this. Of course, we can't implement all, and of course, I must say here, with all boldness, that some of these things are already in practice in our various institutions, but those aspects that we know can improve on what we do at the moment, we should go and add it to it.
Actually, entrepreneurship programs these days is a child of necessity. The situation in the country demands that we train our graduates and undergraduates about a change of mindset. The change of mindset in the sense that now that graduates are roaming the streets without having something to do. The question is your education about working for somebody, or you trying to make do with what the environment you find yourself in?
This particular one, Train the Trainer, is actually a place to be for all entrepreneurs. All entrepreneurs. Why? Because there are a lot of things, salient things, that we are missing out in our institutions. And everything that we are missing out, we're being said at this program. And then it's a place to be for all entrepreneurs, to the extent that there are some things that we have to start imputing in our curriculum, in schools, in universities, even to the level of primary, secondary schools.
There is already noticeable
change. I mean, there are items that you could count as things turning around for the Nigerian society more than ever before. Today, graduates carry the understanding that it is not enough to own a certificate, that Western education is not sufficient all by itself. There are certain other things you need to do apart from carrying certification, apart from getting yourself the Western knowledge.
Yeah, I want to say that this training, the trainer workshop that has been organized by the University of Ibadan, has been tremendously very successful, and I enjoyed the program. I actually have learned a lot. I have learned a lot from it. I know that it's not just enough for us to just teach, train, or even practicalize these things with our students. But we have to ensure that our students have to be more creative, more innovative, and then even the teaching methods also that we're going to bring into lecturing the students has to also change.
This workshop is very, very fantastic. It's one of the best workshops I've ever attended because it has broadened my horizon on how to teach entrepreneurship and how to achieve the objective of making entrepreneurship a compulsory course in our tertiary institutions.
There's much more to learn from interactive session and from different people who have spoken. I find it very rewarding, very interesting. We know that Nigeria is a very fertile place for entrepreneurship and for business startup, and people who are persistent and people who are dogged about it, they will still make success of it.
I have the belief that if various institutions key into this, it will help a lot. Because the end thing now is the entrepreneurship thing we are talking about. The country is actually in trouble if nothing is done, to improve on this entrepreneurship and then skill acquisition thing. One important thing we have to know, the jobs are not there outside. So we need this skills acquisition thing to help our youth, to help the children grow along the line. And what this seminar or workshop stand to teach us is just basically that, how to help us to teach those who are teaching. So we have to get back to our various institutions now to introduce some new things we have learned.
This workshop is an important workshop. It seems as if it's like a revolution, trying to revolutionize the Nigerian education system. Because what we are producing in the school is no more matching with what is happening outside. That is why we are thinking whatever we are training the students to be what the society actually needed. That is why the issue of entrepreneurship field becomes very important in all the tertiary institutions in Nigeria.
Right now in Nigeria we are borrowing to furnish recurrent expenditure. It sounds insane. So we need to create more jobs. We need to go into industrialization, and right from the tertiary institutions, we need to start reorientating the graduates that we are churning out that are becoming so irrelevant to the situation of the economy. We need to reorientate them aright, and that's where the entrepreneurship thing is, very important in these higher institutions. Now, it is still at its formative stage in most of these institutions. A lot of them just started, some started, there was not enough bearing, so they are still trying to find their footing. And that is why this kind of conference is so important and timely, because everyone coming together from the various centers for entrepreneurship development in the various tertiary institutions in Nigeria are here today. They can network, they can collaborate, they can rub minds together, they are learning.
We had interactions with actual entrepreneurs, people who have tried, who have failed, who have tried again, who are now very successful entrepreneurs. So, the essence of this one is to provide knowledge for the participants who still want to go into entrepreneurship. That's number one. Then number two, to enrich the training in universities. The concept of entrepreneurship here largely in the Nigerian context is this, that you are trained in the theories, you have the knowledge, you have the theory of entrepreneurship. Now you go out there and learn the trade.
It's not only teaching of theories, but also teach the smaller one how to face challenges outside work. So, for instance, now I took over a course we call project management, and I told the student that half will be in the class, the other half will be outside. So they thought I was playing. Some of them, especially the part-time students, they thought this man will just do it the way we normally do it. They thought I was playing. And I said, okay. There are about 50 of them grouped into 10. We have 10 groups. So what I have taught you in the class, produce a proposal. In the proposal, I want to see everything that I have taught. In the sense that take a project, identify a problem, turn it into a project, write introduction about it, so that people that will ask you about it will be able to say that, oh, this person has some idea.
Many people who facilitate for entrepreneurship, they come in from various angles. Like I came in from the angle of education. I had a fourth degree in engineering. I never had anything in business or entrepreneurship, and there are so many people like that. Apart from that, those who even have the business angle, in their training, maybe they've been to school of business, they've done MBA and everything, they need this continuous professional development, because new concepts, new things, new ideas are coming up every day. Philosophies that are being changed, especially with regards to entrepreneurship.
The objective of this workshop is actually to impart the community, to make our activities to become relevant to the national economy and aspirations. We know that our major challenge is the issue of creating opportunities for our people, creating employment for our youth, especially the graduates. And we discovered that doing this will require changing the ecosystem of training, changing create a paradigm shift in training our young people that they end up becoming catalysts of development, And so we believe doing this requires that we empower those of us who provide training services, teaching, that we are good at it, and we know what kind of skills that we should do and we should give to our young people to be able to fit in into the challenge of this current situations in Nigeria and over the world. So our major motivation has been to actually empower the people behind service delivery as far as education is concerned, to be aware of these challenges, to know how to go about, imparting young people, and so that they can become creator of wealth, creator of employment, and impart the national economy.
We describe the workshop a success. A success in the sense that people who came from different regions of the country, people have been able to exchange ideas. Mindsets have been challenged, and people are taking away new things from the workshop to put into how they run their program with their different universities and institutions. The advice I have for participants is that they should start now. They should begin small, think big, and start small. Because usually when one comes for workshops like this, you are full of information, knowledge, and you want to put everything. You should put that big picture in mind and start small and begin to do it gradually, map out the timeline. For policy makers, such training is important, and not only that, the training
there should be a policy revision in terms of entrepreneurship, in terms of what should be put in place in all these institutions that are doing the training. They need to be supported to have incubation centers for boot camps, so that when people have been trained, they have the resources to work with to actualize what has been learned. Now, having done this training, and be part of the trainer, for us as the Center for Entrepreneurship and Innovation, University of Ibadan, we will take the lead in looking at our program, the way we run it, and bringing more practical and hands-on program. And we would adopt the saying that do as I do, because we are going to be at the forefront and will be seen to be doing what we said they should do, and will continue to be a mentor to other centers and a showpiece. My advice is never give up. Now, the environment may not be conducive. You might think of, usually people start to think of the problems that are involved. But I always say that when you look at the problem, don't look at it as a problem. Look at it as the springboard for solution. And I will also say that for us as a nation, what we need is for all of us to have the entrepreneurial mindset, the entrepreneurial spirit, so that wherever we find ourselves, all of us cannot have businesses, but wherever we find ourselves, whether as journalists, whether as medical personnel, whether as dramatists, wherever we find ourselves, we can be entrepreneurial, we can do things differently, we can add value. If we all add value in our different spheres of life, Nigeria will be a changed place. If we add value, Nigeria will be the signage of progress.